So there's a huge backlash to defunding the police. Voters in Minneapolis sending a big message about crime after overwhelmingly rejecting an amendment to dismantle the city's police department and replace it with a Department of Public Safety. It comes as the nation faces a crime wave. Violent crime up across the board, including in cities like Minneapolis, suffering from rising cases and homicide and robbery and rape as well. The mayor of Minneapolis, who did defend the police, he won re-election today as well. That was announced. But this whole idea of defunding the police, Minneapolis, we know, was ground zero, and then that failed today.
Well, you know, people say that all politics is local.
Right.
And I can understand them saying that, but I think that Minneapolis sent a message nationally. This is ground zero of what happened to George Floyd 17 months ago. And it spurred all kinds of outrage in the country and internationally, and justifiably so. But the criminal justice system worked. Someone was indicted, he was tried, and he was convicted. All right. And that's how America works. So now what we have are a few naysayers who want to get rid of police departments. We've already gotten rid of something like 250 police officers who've left the force. So there's an uptick in crime in Minneapolis. The inner city doesn't want the police to be defunded and the number reduced. And instead, what we have are people like Ilhan Omar and Keith Ellison saying, let's get rid of the police. No, the people don't want that. 57% don't want that. And across the country, people are saying there's no cash bail, doesn't work. We can't get rid of the police. They are the ones who are defending us. And so this is, you know, where CHOP and Chaz and all these anti-police and anti-American locations were. But people are saying we're getting killed. We're becoming victims of violent crime. You're not getting rid of the police, no matter what your progressive agenda nonsense is.
Well, Geraldo, Ilhan Omar, the congresswoman from the area, she actually tweeted a complaint about the police saying that they were reneging on their responsibility and their commitment to the community. And that was why the violent crime has gone up.
You know, I am friends with lots of cops. In fact, I'm speaking Blue Coats' big charity in Cleveland on Monday night. The fact of the matter is Ilhan Omar has no connection with cops. Only when you need them, that's when you want them. She has no idea what cops' lives are like. But I just go back to all politics is local. I think you were right, Judge, in the beginning. All politics are local. Look at Cleveland. I come back to that. Jason Bibb, the guy who won, very strong against the cops. We had 4 murders over the weekend in Cleveland. We had more than 150 this year, and still the issue 24.
You want to use one city against 7 other situations that I pointed out to. Whether it's Virginia or New Jersey or Texas or Seattle.
I'm queasy about trends. Cleveland, Cincinnati, progressives were, they won. So let's not overgeneralize. I really do think that the Republicans have a lot of work to do.
And
Democrats are
Jesse, you brought up
whiny, annoying, and
you brought up the Republicans winning in long.
Geraldo's queasy about trends. That would explain the mustache, Geraldo.
I assume you mean that I'm out of style.
A point, please, Dana.
Suggesting that?
This is why people hate politicians, because, as the judge so eloquently described, there was a lot of turmoil after George Floyd. And the politicians think, oh, my God, I have to do something. I don't know what to do, but I have to do something. And they end up doing something which was wrong. They listened to a few screamers on the streets. They took a slogan and they put it into law. And that caused a huge crime wave. And then when they put it to the people in a proposition, the people rejected it. They refunded the police. Now, Dana, how many times in the history of this great nation have the politicians done the opposite of what the people wanted? You could say that the history of this country is that. Now, how easy is it to be a politician in a democracy? People make fun of this, putting your finger in the air.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. You just listen to what your voters want, and then you do what they want. How hard is that? It shouldn't be that hard.
I mean,
that's what I would do.
Okay.
What?
We'll keep that in mind. That'll be a good campaign commercial for your
I'll do what you want.
I'll do what you want. Vote.
That is democracy, right?
Do you think that this ends the defund the police movement?
I hope so. I mean, mentally Ilhan, I heard she was incredibly distraught. She's actually moving to Philadelphia.
No.
Yeah, it's the city. It's the city of brotherly love.
Oh!
touche. I love it.
This was a necessary correction. It's like the person taking the steering wheel from a drunk driver. The question is it too late?
Yeah.
Did it really plow into the crowd? Minneapolis looks terrible. And I mean, they need a full, complete restoration to get their city back. Because, I mean, the liberal crime policies, the way they just let the place burn is terrible. We still have the no cash bail all around. We've got to get rid of that. I'm happy that the New York City elected a cop as a mayor, and I hope he acts like a cop. We need more police. But Democrats have a choice. You can keep going too far, keep driving into the race-based abyss, or you can finally come to your senses and stop listening to these radicals, or your party's going to be as dead as Keith Olbermann's career.
Oh, man.
They can't say they weren't warned.
Yes. We've warned them many times. The #1 show in all of cable news has been telling you.
That's right.
It's an early warning
Keith
system.
Olbermann's on the line, Greg.
Oh, well. Oh, yeah. He's not very nice, actually.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.